Hi everyone, Shaked Bartalis here, ladies and gentlemen, yours and mine, and everyone else out there. Carolina Panthers drop its fifth game in a row. Can you believe it? Panthers have lost 5 games in a row. Today they lost to the Cleveland Browns 26-20. Now, before everyone say, oh, the Browns are so bad. How can the Panthers lose to the Browns? So here's the thing: when the schedule came out for the Panthers, I recorded a YouTube video, and you can search for it on YouTube, called Carolina Panthers Schedule Thought and Analysis. You can search under my name on YouTube, Shaked Bartal. And basically I predicted that the Carolina Panthers will have difficult time against the Cleveland Browns, and the Panthers could lose that game. Unfortunately, I was correct. And even 7 weeks ago, that Browns game was a game that I was afraid of. And the reason the Carolina Panthers lost the game today: number one, defense. Defense. It doesn't matter who calls the play calling. It can be Eric Washington, it can be Ron Rivera, it can be even Nostradamus, if he was alive, which he's not. And the defense would still look bad. And when I say look bad, I'm being very polite and very respectful. I can say other things, but it's not worth it. So I will leave it at that. The defense looked bad today. Run defense. Cleveland had too many success running the ball straight to the middle, whether it's Nick Chubb or Jarvis Landry, the wide receiver, ran for one big play for 60+ yards. Luke Kuechly had to catch him behind and prevent a Browns touchdown. Pass rush, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Carolina Panthers' inability to get to the quarterback has been an issue basically since week 2. Week 1 against the Dallas Cowboys, they had a success against Dak Prescott. Outside of that, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, you get the deal. Panthers had difficult time getting to the quarterback. Go back to the New York Giants game, a game that the Panthers won, against Eli Manning, not a mobile quarterback. After the game, yours truly, Shaked Bartal, mentioned the Carolina Panthers have to do a better job of getting to the quarterback, otherwise they will lose games. And unfortunately, it's been a downfall for the defense. Pass rush has been non-existent. Again, since week 1. That is unacceptable. Also, the run defense, which at times has been good, at other times it's been bad. So that is another reason why the Panthers lost today. And another reason why the Carolina Panthers lost today: 2 reasons. Number 1, poor clock management. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this about Ron Rivera. I truly believe Ron Rivera, as a human being, is a great guy. And he does a lot in the community. When it comes to being an NFL coach, in my opinion, he's a good coach, but he's not a great coach. And he's not good at time management. Panthers, with the score basically tied up towards the end of the first half, having one timeout to work with, around 50 seconds to work with the ball inside their own 25-yard line. They wasted a lot of time. And then they had to throw Hail Mary, bring in backup quarterback Tyler Anarchy to throw a back Hail Mary because Cam Newton's shoulder is definitely out. And he probably needed shoulder surgery, I'm afraid to say. So Panthers wasted a lot of time. They had to settle for the Hail Mary. The throw was complete to Cody Samuel, but well short of the goal line. Samuel caught the ball at the Browns' 20-yard line. That is where he was tackled. So Panthers have done a terrible job of managing the clock throughout the season. They got lucky against the Giants when Graham Gano made a 63-yard kick to win the game right as time expired. But poor clock management has been an issue for the Panthers, and it's been a big issue today. And finally, this is on the offense. Neil Turner, I thought throughout the season he's done a great job mixing up the play calling, but today, for whatever reason, Christian McCaffrey wasn't involved in the offense in the second half. One has to wonder why, because in the first half, when he got the ball, either in the carry or reception, the Browns couldn't stop him. So the question that one has to ask, if you have a success at something, why would you go away from it? So that doesn't make sense. Absolutely. And sure, Cam Newton had a bad interception towards the end of the game. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it wasn't a bad interception. It was a very bad throw. But you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say the Panthers lost the game because of one bad interception by Cam Newton. The offensive line, at times, they protected Cam Newton. At other times, they did not. But what really frustrated me today, ladies and gentlemen, try to say it 5 times in a row, frustrated me today, is that I didn't feel like the Panthers had a sense of urgency, playing like, listen, our back is against the wall. We must win, and we must play hard, and we must play great. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, since basically, even going back to the Pittsburgh game, when the Panthers defense gave up a lot of points. You know how many points they gave up, 45 points. So, basically, going back to the Pittsburgh game, the first drive, Panthers had they score a touchdown. They played with great sense of urgency. Second drive, after Pittsburgh took the lead 14-7, Cam Newton threw the interception 21-7. After that, Panthers didn't play with good sense of urgency. Then the following week, 10 days later against Detroit, again, no sense of urgency. The same applied the week afterward against the Seahawks. After that, last week, on the road at Tampa Bay, no really lack of urgency. Same applied to today. And ladies and gentlemen, the way the Carolina Panthers have been playing the last 5 weeks, 4.5 if you want to say it, 4.5 weeks, one would presume that the team record is basically 0-16, or about to be 0-16. That is how they've been playing. Sure, at times you have seen more urgency on offense and defense, but overall, it's been lackluster. They've been sleepy. You don't see a team that is fighting for their lives. And that, in my opinion, is a result of the team basically quitting on the head coach, quitting on Ron Rivera, quitting on Eric Washington. And it's not good. And they play with lack of urgency. The record right now wouldn't be 6-7. Instead, it would have been 9-6, 10-6. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is not good enough. That is unacceptable. And as I said this, and I feel like Ron Rivera should be fired. Eric Washington should be fired. Nelf Turner should be kept. Scott Turner should be kept. John Mileski, the offensive line coach, should be kept. Special team coach Chase Blackburn should be fired. Or special team hasn't been good enough. Too many penalties on special team today. I mean, overall, too many penalties. Which again, go back to my point of not playing with lack of urgency. Because if you play with lack of urgency, you're not going to commit so many holding penalties. Personal foul, pass interference penalties. Legal motion, you're going to play pretty well. But as I sit here, ladies and gentlemen, and the Panthers are not going to the playoff, I'm sad to say it. And it's Jim Mora when his team was playing bad years ago. I believe back around 2000, 2001, right before, the year before the Colts drafted Peyton Manning. Jim Mora, after a loss to the San Francisco 49ers in his press conference, was asked a question. And he was asked about the playoff. And his response was, playoff? Don't talk to me about playoff. Playoff? You kidding me? I hope that we win a game and another game. The Colts end up finishing the season 6-10. The Panthers, I don't know if they will finish the season 6-10, 7-9, 8-8, or even 9-7, but they're not going to the playoff. What I will say, regardless, and this, I'm talking to Carolina Panthers fans who have tickets to the next two games, next two home games, against New Orleans and against Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the outcome, we got to support our team. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to support our team, win, lose, or ties. You can see I'm wearing Carolina Panthers jersey, long sleeve jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to support our team, win, lose, or tie. Should we be upset? Absolutely. Should we be mad? You bet so. Should we be frustrated? Absolutely, yes, we should. But if we have tickets to the next two games against New Orleans and Atlanta, should we stay home? No, we should not. And if you have a ticket to either of this game, I will gladly take them. I know other people will gladly take them. And here's why. Ladies and gentlemen, we as fans of the Carolina Panthers, we should and we are going to cheer on this team, win, lose, or tie. We don't have another team to cheer for. If you want to jump on a bandwagon, Go be a Dallas Cowboys fans. Because they're playing pretty good right now. They're probably going to make the playoffs. But guess what? In a year from now, in 2 years from now, when they're not playing well, then you will say, oh, I'm going to pull for another team. It doesn't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. We were a fan of the Panthers when they were 1-15, 2-14. We were a fan of the Panthers when they went to the Super Bowl, when they finished 15-1, when they finished 13-3, 10-6, and in between. Regardless of the record, regardless of how frustrated we are, and we should be a fan, and we are going to be a fan for the remaining of the season and for life. So keep pounding. Yes, be frustrated. Yes, be mad. But no, remember, we bleed black and blue, win, lose, or tie. And with that, Shaked Bartal is signing off.